Their waistlines expanded along with their incomes. Lynn's copper-coloured body was as smooth and strong as a teenage boy's. The only sign of change, she had observed, was a small knot of ebony hair in the centre of his delectable chest, with the merest suggestion of a line of down, heading due southwards. Her tongue had given this matter some considerable exploration the previous evening. Phryne grinned and began to soap her person. "I'm well and truly on the shelf now, and the world can watch me not care," she told herself. How fortunate that her idiotic father had shown the foresight to dismiss her from his baronial presence some years ago. Otherwise, she would have been visited with a plague of suitors of varying degrees of loathsomeness. For the English nobility, an unmarried daughter of 29 was a matter of some uneasiness, somewhere on the continuum between unsuitable entanglements and failure to ride to hounds. Her father's threat to cut her off with a shilling for gross disobedience had been rendered toothless when, upon obtaining her majority, Phryne had calmly removed her assets from her father's rapacious fingers. To compound his sense of disgrace, his other daughter, Eliza, had combined the twin horrors of socialism and unnatural vice. Phryne's opinion of her father had not been improved by this attitude. Socialism was frequently affected in noble families, and lesbianism could easily be forgiven in polite society, given that Eliza's chosen had been of impeccably noble birth. Once you were in Debrett's, unnatural vice was magically transmuted into passionate friendship, which had been socially acceptable ever since Lady Eleanor Butler and the Honourable Sarah Ponsonby had set up house together as the ladies of Llangollen. Even the Duke of Wellington had visited them, although that said less than it might, since the Iron Duke was renowned for not giving even one hoot for popular prejudice. Nevertheless, father had broken off all contact with both daughters, and all his attention, such as it was, had been lavished on his son and heir, Thos, of whom the best that could be said was that the future Baron of Richmond-upon-Thames would be a worthy heir to the present one. Neither the present nor future lords would ever visit either Phryne or Eliza. Phryne felt she could moderate her grief. She sank down deeper into the smooth embrace of the steaming waters. It was so much easier dealing with the Chinese. Lynn's wife, Camellia, was a typical exemplar of Chinese womanhood. Small of body and voice, discreet, self-assured, and possessing a will of pure adamant. The greeting she gave Phryne whenever they chanced to meet was gracious, polite, and filled with iron Confucian certainty. "You are my husband's honoured concubine, and I trust you implicitly. You may walk through Chinatown in perfect security. Anyone who offers you offence may expect consequences of considerable severity, up to and including a small battle-axe to the back of the head. I, on the other hand, am Lynn's First Lady. I have my position, and you have yours. We understand each other perfectly." Phryne sat up in the bath and listened. Noises off appeared to be happening. Since Dot was unlikely to outrage her maidenly modesty by attempting to bring her employer breakfast in bed when Phryne was entertaining, this must mean that Lynn himself was doing the honours, with the assistance of Mr. and Mrs. Butler. She climbed out of the bath, dried herself off with 2 towels of spotless white cotton, and wrapped herself anew in her turquoise silk robe. "Do I smell eggs and bacon, Lynn?" she inquired, opening the bedroom door. Lin Chung